Hello guys, and welcome to this quick introduction to arrays. So this is the fifth lecture on this section. Okay, SAS arrays. An array is basically a collection of elements, often SAS variables. Arrays, you could also have temporary arrays within the data step, but mostly we'll think of those, at least for the time being, as just a collection of SAS variables. Okay. Now, the ones of you that are coming from the language of SAS arrays are a bit different in that respect, and that's important to bear in mind. Okay. So it basically allows you to perform similar operations across a group of variables at the same time, hence rendering your code more efficient. So whether, for example, we're talking, say, about a month or a group of months, you could specify an array to hold those variables and do operations on that groups of variables in tandem, basically. So how do you use an array? You basically define the array via the array statement, okay, where after you give it a name. So in this case, say we have two of those, so store and type. You then define the dimensionality of that array. You can use square brackets, parentheses, or even curly brackets. My advice to you is that you always stick to the same type of parentheses during your code. Okay. Now, an array can either have numeric or character variables. You can't have mixture. You can't have a mixture of both. And then once it's done, basically you can just run some operations on those variables. So in this case, we're defining the type 1 all the way to type 4 variables based on the value of the variables that belong to the array store. Okay, so this is really an example of an operation that you can do using array processing. Okay. Now, like I mentioned, so arrays basically have a certain dimensionality. Okay, and you can reference the variables in those arrays by subscript or position within that array. Okay. Often you might get some errors, especially when you're starting out, around range or array subscript out of range in this case. It really is important that you think through your problem before defining the array to avoid these mistakes, and this will really help you better structure your code. Okay. So we'll do more of this during the hands-on session. So this was just really an overview. I hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next lecture.